Colorless Lugia was already one of the very best decks in standard format, and somehow 151 made it even better with the new Mew EX. The deck has just been on an absolute tear online lately, winning the 5 biggest online tournaments, and it is showing no signs of slowing down. But still, its usage rate is remaining kind of low, surprisingly. So I'm gonna aim to fix that by showing off my current build today. This is very similar to what I was running last format when it was one of my favorite decks. I just took out the Luxray package and put in Mew. I still sort of want the Luxray as the mirror match becoming increasingly more relevant. This is kind of where I'm at. I just really like having Mew to be able to copy Radiant Greninja, copy Tina, copy a single strike crush. There's just so much versatility that it has, and I still think Radiant Charizard is worth keeping around. Otherwise, the Miraidon matchup is just too bad, and I think you can't really afford to take the Miraidon matchup. I'd rather take the 50-50 into the mirror than as a total L to Miraidon. But I'm super happy with this list, so let's see how it fares for me on the ladder. I'm super excited to see how the Lugia goes today with the Mew EX. Lugia is one of my favorite decks in the previous format, and just picking up a card like Mew EX is such a huge addition to the deck, and it's just been absolutely tearing it up on the online scene right now. So let's see what all the fuss is about. I do really like Mew in Lugia and Gardevoir specifically, or I talk like Lost Box. If they put Mew in it, a lot of the strength with Mew, yeah, I can copy Giratina, yeah, I can copy Tyranitar. Oof, this hand is pretty bad. Mew is my most powerful in a deck that does not normally have access to Moonlight Shurikens, because if I'm playing Chien-Pao, I'm playing Lost Box, you're probably benching the Manaphy anyway. Just out of the respect for me actually being able to load up my own Radiant Greninja. If I'm playing Gardevoir, I'm playing as Lugia, I do not want to put Manaphy on my bench under any circumstances. I'm not saying that Mew's underpowered in a Lost Box deck, or even Miraidon too. I don't want to bench Manaphy against you. So, yeah. I just think that it's most powerful in a deck like Miraidon, Lugia, or Guardian. My opponent's actually playing double Mew, which is kind of interesting. Spending 4 bench spots to things that are not Miraidon, so maybe this is not a Flaffy build and more of a turbo approach. Maybe there is Flaffies, my opponent's just oof, whiffing the generator. Energy Sticker, this is just a turbo Miraidon build. This is pretty interesting. Energy Sticker not cooperating. A restart. This is actually pretty cool. I've seen no, it's Pika V Union. Oh, and this doesn't have to be to a basic Pokemon. That's really neat. I made a video about Pika V Union way back when Paldea Evolve came out, because item lock is just so good. But it couldn't be Gardevoir or Arceus decks consistently enough. But Arceus decks are a lot less common. And I guess you have sticker attachment Raihan, you could load up a Mew and actually swing, get the Radiant Greninja play off with it. So very, very cool. I was expecting Miraidon when I saw Lightning Energy, when I saw Raikou, Radiant Greninja, but Pikachu V Union. What's funny is I can use my opponent's own item lock against them. Attacking with Lugia is very bad, so something in research does make things a little bit better for me, but Tails, I can get a Lugia V down. I'm gonna have to set double Lugia V though, because there's definitely a real possibility that my only Lugia gets knocked out. I put this on the active with a pivot because I don't want a Jet Energy in there and give my opponent 2 free prizes. I'll grab the Archeops to get it into the discard pile, and we'll go ahead and smash down research. Okay, so I nest ball down the other Lugia. That feels so bad. There's 2 easy prizes for my opponent, but also what choices do I have? If I don't Summoning Stars, I'm not even in this game at all. So yeah, I guess we really can't afford to be too picky. We have no DTs in deck. I guess we discarded 1 and prized 1, and 1 is in our hand. So I think I just hold things here. Pokestop could be good, but also could potentially be disastrous. So I'll just hold the things where we're at here. Honestly, I maybe should have played that Great Ball with Pikachu V Union definitely being able to item lock me. Yeah, a Pikachu V Union item lock could be very scary. There's the Articuno, but if they bench Articuno, they have no bench space. Okay, the Raikou is going to find the Ultra Ball, and I'll be able to get all 4 V Union pieces into the discard pile. So I definitely should have played Great Ball. I'm still going to need to hit a couple generators or hit a couple stickers to be able to swing this turn. They've already spent quite a bit of draw. 3 MUEX in this deck. I guess it makes sense just for the more draw support, and like it's a decent attacker that we can potentially power up. There's another energy. We also did find a sticker. Alright, there's the VTuber Union assembled. Just can they get it loaded up this turn? I'm definitely in a very poor position if they can item lock me this turn. Another sticker fail. Like that's where this card's like kind of cringe, because it's like only gonna do its desired thing one in every 2 times. So I guess like 2 per game, I guess. There's a generator. My opponent's having such tough luck. They've whiffed on all their generators and they're 0 for 2 on stickers. Like that is just such a feels bad, man. Like I probably do not deserve to be doing this well, like with my opponent as seeing as many cards as they have. Alright. We didn't really get a game there, but it's interesting to see the Pikachu Union coming out after Pokemon 151. Alright, let's run it back. That was a super weird game. I think if my opponent actually has some more optimal luck, we're probably going to lose that one most of the time. But hey, this happens when you're playing RNG cards like Generator, Energy Sticker. I'm pretty sure I just played this person when I was like prior to recording this video. So we'll see how this goes. I don't exactly remember what they're playing. I think they're playing like some sort of Lost Box deck, but I could be wrong. Okay, well they're not playing Lost Box anymore if they were prior, so they have Water Energy Superior, so we already have a Chin Pow deck. Alright, Nest Ball saves his hand. Opening Wyrdeer definitely sucks. Man, opening Rain Greninja is a risky world you live in when MUEX is a thing, but yeah, you're just gonna retreat, get to the Shivery Chill. So I'm going to Nest Ball down Lugia. Like I don't really want to jet into the Lugia. But also I would really like to get this Wyrdeer out of the active spot and like put a single prizer up in my opponent's face just so I can keep them on odd prizes. We might have to use the Radiant Charizard to fix the prize trade if we have to lose the Wyrdeer early on. Therapeutic is not terribly helpful. So I could just Burnet turn 1 and just like Iono next turn into... Yeah, I don't necessarily hate that because like we have the jet next turn to like pop into this Lugia. So yeah, I think as long as Burnet is in there, I'm fine with this. Like usually I don't like to Burnet going second, but like I don't really have like just having to like chance into Archeops on the other side of this would be kind of sketchy. There's definitely a possibility that my opponent knocks out my only Lugia. That'd be pretty sad. Yes, that's the world we live in. Just like I think this play gives me the highest chance of getting the turn 2 double Archeops. Cause like yeah, I can play Iono, but there's like always take a chance I'm just like not finding the cards that I need. Just with like the like RNG draw 6. Like I'm not like really. I'm putting Archeops to the bottom, so that's one less way to discard one. Also, I didn't disrupt my opponent's hand, so they could have some pretty crazy things going on. This is a Palkia Chin Pow Excalibur deck. That's pretty typical. Like sometimes people will mess around with Arceus V-STAR, but that's very, very uncommon. Alright, my opponent just not a lot going on, so definitely rewarded for not playing Iono. We hit the Capturing Aroma. Hopefully this does find a heads. It does, so we can get that turn to Tempest Dive. So this play definitely did pay off. So I'm gonna get down both my Archeops. Then I can use Primal Turbo and just load. I'll put a V-Guard on and I'll put a Therapeutic on. If we really don't want to attack with Snorlax in this matchup, it's just better just to go with a couple Lugias and then Wyrdeer into a Palkia potentially, or even going with like since I'm not playing Luxor anymore, then using a Radiant Charizard to one-shot a Chin Pow. We drew a couple of Jet Energies, so it definitely is possible that we can get some sort of Wyrdeer play going. I don't really want to spend this Ultra Ball though. I just concede. Wow, we can't really get any games with Lugia, but hey, I guess we'll take it. Alright, let's try this again. Didn't get any value out of me that game, and I still really want to show it off for the video because the card's got so much potential. Just if someone is not just gonna instantly scoop against me. I think I opened Mew just for the free retreat option. That's another huge perk to the card, because like Lugia doesn't have any other like easy pivots in the deck. Like Jet Energies, like pretty much what it relies on to conserve energies and get between its Pokemon. But oftentimes you're like manually retreating sometimes just to get into your attackers. It's definitely very inefficient. So Mew like not only is a buff in that respect too. We're up against a Lugia, not Lugia. We're up against a Miraidon deck. Okay. Romahead's Tails. I think I'm gonna get Squawkabilly here. Or not, because Squawkabilly is missing. Okay, we have all the Archeops, got Burnet. I think I have to bench both Lugias. I will attach the gift to a Lugia. It would really stink if my opponent dropped Path to the Peak. Oh dear. I guess we just kind of take that chance. Like, if my opponent is playing Path, then so be it. Like, what stinks then is if I bench the Lumineon, is then a Lightning Rondo can one-shot my active Mew. So I'm like sort of stuck in a very awkward position where I don't want my opponent to take that first 2-prize knockout. But like also I don't want to leave myself very vulnerable to Path to the Peak. Like then I can play the Collapsed Stadium right away, but then I only have one Archeops spot, so I have to find the Lost Vacuum or something. They're again going with the double tandem unit. They opened their best starter in the deck. So hopefully they can't find like the Rope and Raikou knockout. They did set up the Raikou. Like I think like Rope plus Charmed Raikou load up this turn. That'd be pretty miserable. But okay, they are retreating into the Raikou for the fleet-footed, so that's definitely a tell that their hand is a little weak. Because they would generate it to this guy first if they were going for that this turn. They just attach the active and pass it on over to me. Okay. Lugia off the top is awesome. So I could honestly just Burnet here, but then my hand is like super dead. Like I'll put the energy on the Mew because genome hacking to copy Lightning Rondo is definitely valid if I can find, like even if I'm just using single Archeops this turn, which looks like what we're gonna have to do. So yeah, I didn't necessarily need to attach the energy. I just didn't want to like chance that I whiffed it. So let's go ahead and put a V-Guard and a Therapeutic. And we can take this knockout with that genome hacking to copy Lightning Rondo. Definitely do not want to play that Collapse. That would totally scuff our math. So Mew already being kind of cool here. Like, yeah, we could have done that with Lugia, but hey, we didn't have to put like a attacker with weakness in harm's way. Also having the 220 damage could potentially be relevant, and I guess like we can copy Miraidon too. So yeah, guys, Mew's busted. Wow, another scoop. Guy, I just get a good game, or is this deck just too broken? Alright, this is starting to get on my nerves. This deck is absolutely too broken that I can't even get good games with it. Like, just nothing is being able to like compete with it at all. So I would give this one more Lugia. You have one more shot here, and if you don't want to cooperate and give me a solid game, I'm just not gonna record you anymore. Like, you're too good, and the audience is gonna want something else. We're up against another Miraidon deck. Miraidon's absolutely everywhere on the ladder right now. I always prefer to open a single prize when I'm going first. I've actually heard some people like say like going second in this matchup is better because it gives you better odds of getting like being able to pivot back into Snorlax or something to put a 2-prizer in the active spot, or to put a single prizer in the active spot. Excuse me. So there's that. I still prefer going first. Like, but like, Miraidon definitely has pretty good chance of getting that turn 1 attack. Let's go ahead and play that Great Ball. Really not. Actually, yeah, let's put down Snorlax just so they. Well, honestly, I think I'd rather put down Radiant Charizard so they can't escape rope, and then I'll just drop the V-Guard on the bench, dude, and pass. No Archeops in this hand certainly makes things potentially difficult. And then we have Miraidon, which is another matchup where we cannot utilize a Mew. I'm like trying to use Mew for this video, and then that's the joy of being a content creator playing ladder, is you don't know what you're gonna face. So sometimes it's just like quick and easy 3 games and it's over. My opponent just has nothing. Don't tell me we're gonna get another quick scoop. No, I don't want this. I want an actual game. Between my opponents just drawing and suboptimally and this deck being straight gas, I've really had nothing to... Okay, path. Alright, maybe we will have ourselves a game here. Pathing before the research, though, means like no tandem unit. I don't really think I like this path. Because, yeah, it's gonna hinder me, but it probably hinders you more. I guess I go into this Lugia and just force him to discard all the energies. The double rope. So I should have benched the Snorlax down there too. So I guess like the good news is my opponent has to commit all the lightning energies to take this knockout. But that's still not great news. Now they'll be up 2 prizes. We'll have to find a balance to path to the peak and get Archeops down. So hey, I was complaining about not being able to find a game, and looks like we're having ourselves a game here. Like, you know, I missed the turn 2 Archeops play here. My opponent doesn't have a ton going on. They need to hit some generators to be able to do some stuff next turn. Ultra Ball is awesome. I can get an Archeops to put in the discard pile. So I guess I just technically only need one. Okay, Pumpkaboo is prized. That is definitely troubling. I still have both Collapsed Stadiums and the Lost Vacuum. Yeah, but lacking Pumpkaboo is in like one of the few path matchups in format. Definitely not ideal, so let's go ahead and slam down the research. And we just got nothing. I wanted a game, and not like this though. I had to just tell Lugia that I wasn't gonna play him anymore. I was like, okay, don't play me. I'll do this. But if we had Pumpkaboo, this is fine, because I can just like Ultra Ball, get the pumpkin, and things are perfectly fine. But like, I don't really want to mention another Lugia. Like, I guess we just like sort of accept if this second Lugia gets knocked out, things are just like kind of over. I just really don't know what we grab. Like maybe the deer, just to pull it out of the deck. Like just absolutely in top deck mode now. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna put the DTE on this guy, I guess, and just pass it on over to my opponents. Yeah, if we had the pumpkin, we could have at least taken 2 prizes. Like, this is why I can't with people that that cut the pumpkin. Like, I know Path Marathon's kind of a niche matchup, but there's still like Tina, there's still Mew. Like, path decks aren't like everywhere like they once were, but they're still frequent enough that just having that ball search out to a stadium bump is just too good. Fortunately for them, they're able to find the Lost Vacuum so they can actually establish their own board. So I guess maybe this is going to be over pretty quickly then. If they can find a knockout this turn, probably gonna be getting down Raikou. So yeah, I also, okay, there's that electro generator, but they missed. That's good. And Flaffy, so they just need another switching card. They've already spent 2 of those, and then they need an energy drop. Like, honestly, not too much that they need this turn. Like, if they like an Arven, they're pretty much there. They can get just an Iono. Hey, only 4 cards for them is not giving them a ton to work with, and then also they bounce their path. They give me a fresh hands. You're telling me there's a chance. Why didn't you bench your own Rain Greninja so I can get some crazy Mew value? There's that Bravery Charm coming down, Lightning on the active, and just a fast charge. Oh, they'll go for a Dynamotor first. Okay, I'm just gonna go Boss KO Raikou this turn. Then I'm gonna go Radiant Charizard to knock out whatever they bring up next, and we'll Iono them to 2, and hopefully that will be enough to take this game. Maybe we do have a game. Maybe it's like we've been teetering back and forth on like maybe we do have a game. Nope, we do. Yeah, we do. Nope, we don't. Like, and then now we do. So my opponent could not take advantage of having that path to the peak in play. They had to take it out of play, and they pushed their resources in to take that knockout, but like could not quite get there. So amazing news for me, not good for them, but hey, it happens. It goes around. We're playing Lugia. Like, if they hit that generator, oh, this game's probably over. And they can generator and use Raikou. Let's just, I mean, we could put Gift on the active. What's like scary is like if they path me, I'm gonna have to get to one of my stadium answers, which I still have not seen a single one yet. So I perhaps could have put the Gift on the active. We get a KO the Raikou. The Lugia is still going down in all likelihood. Hopefully we can find the pumpkin. We did not. So yeah, I guess the good news is that they have to spend lots of energies to get to this knockout, but like this will can just generator and set up a Miraidon. So let's see what they can come up with. They really would like to find Path to the Peak. There's another Raikou coming down. Like everywhere, so there's like Dynamotor and Spark and KO this Lugia. I mean, worse for them, but okay, there's that Dynamotor. Like as long as they don't get Path down, I'm fine. It would definitely be pretty difficult to find one of my 3 path answers. Off an Iono to 4. But they're having used Dynamic Spark to get rid of all these energies to take this knockout. And then I'm just going to, yeah, that's all they have. So then I can limit them down to just 2 cards and put a single prize in their active spot. And they're going to have, yeah, they're going to have no energies in play. I think like Boss and like a Generator hit and like a Pivot card. So pretty unlikely off of just 2. I guess I can Fleet-footed for another. Ultra Ball is a pretty cool top deck. Get rid of those. I'll just grab like Squawkabilly. We don't want to ever redraw that guy. And then we'll just pump a ton of energies onto Wyrdeer to be able to find... We don't want to redraw into any of these. And I just want to be able to take knockout next turn with a Frontier Road and a Psyshield Bash. I'm going to leave the 1 DTE right here just so we have a way to pivot this Radiant Charizard. So we'll have all the Jet energies still in deck and that DTE. I would laugh if like a Temple of Sinnoh comes down. Let's go ahead and drop this Iono. And now things are going to be very hard for my opponents to get everything that they need. I'm going to hold on to this Collapsed Stadium just in case of like a Temple or a Path or something. And I'll just Combustion Blast for the knockouts. This is our blueprint for this matchup. If they take the first 2 prizes, we'd have to stick Radiant Charizard in their face and combine it with Iono. And just hope that they don't have it. Sometimes they're just going to find the boss and stuff to close out this game. Like usually they'll have energies stacked in place somewhere where they can find their final two prizes. But not always. Like this game, my opponents definitely kind of had a bit of a rough go of things. So they probably the Raikou, which like makes sense because they kind of it's a do or die turn for them, and they need these extra cards off of Fleet-footed. I guess like technically they could pivot back into his area or pivot back into a Flappy to buy some sort of time. What's kind of scuffed about that is I can't swing with Charizard in back-to-back turns, so I might just jet back into Archeops to take the knockout maybe. Since we have 0 out to boss's orders in my hands. We still have 1 Ultra Ball. We know we have a Lumineon in there. Actually, we should have both the Lumineons yet. Alright, attached to the Raikou for a Seal Stone. Oh no, could they potentially have it? If they have one of a Switch card or boss in that hand, this game is over. Actually, no. What I'm thinking, this is not weak to Lightning. No. They can't write Lightning Runner for the game. They need a Photon Blaster. So there's Iono us into the boss's orders. Wow, that was very, very fortunate. Of course, they didn't know that my hands... I didn't have boss in my hand, and they're just playing to their outs. But I didn't have it, so they just put me 2 cards closer, so... Alright, I have 40, 80, 120... yeah, 240 with this Wyrdeer, so we can boss up any of those multi-prizers and take 2 prizes to close this game. And just jet up the top. The deck knew. Lugia did not like me insulting it early on and just decided to go crazy this turn. So, not that it matters. We'll pull the energy on, we'll boss up this Raikou, and we'll take the game with Psyshield Bash. So, yeah, this Lugia deck is honestly super awesome. And if you want a much more in-depth guide, then check out this video right here.